Welcome back, everybody. My name is Taylor Martin. This is the best Damn EDC, and it's time for another EDC Weekly. It's been ages since we've done one of these, like, I don't know, November, December? I'm not even sure anymore. Regardless, there was no theme or anything. I just went through submissions that I've gotten since the last time we did one of these and picked the ones that jumped out at me the most for whatever reason. So, with that said, this is the EDC Weekly. No rhyme or reason. Don't know what episode. So with that said, let's do the damn thing. So the very first submission this week comes from Alex, or Wheats, over in the Discord. And actually, before I go further, I had somebody complain to me that they're tired of me only choosing people from the Discord for the EDC Weekly. And that's not the case at all. I've done a couple of Discord only EDC Weeklies, but when I mention from the Discord, they've just provided their Discord username. There are 24,000, I think, 25,000 people in the Discord. So there's a pretty good chance that somebody watching this video is also in the Discord. So it's not Discord exclusive. It's not Instagram exclusive. I'm just mentioning where the people can be found. I don't really exclude anybody from the show, but regardless, I chose this photo because of one thing. I'm pretty sure I chose it last night, so I was a little tired, but I think it was because the Benchmade proper. For whatever reason, and I don't know what that is, I've seen more and more Benchmade propers lately. Obviously this micarta sheep's foot, but yeah, I don't know. Is there a particular reason that there's been this resurgence in the Benchmade proper? Anyway, the very first thing in this photo, the knife in the top left, is a Spyderco Yojimbo 2 in crewwear that's got KP titanium scales and hardware. There's also a Big Idea Design mini click pin, which is next to that. And then we have, obviously, the Benchmade proper right next to that. That is the micarta sheep's foot version, because the clip point sadly was discontinued. I don't understand it, but it was. We also have a Hitch and Timber proper slip that's above that, which he keeps the pin and the knife in. And then there's a Lynch Northwest Redeemed Creations collaboration All Access Pass wallet V1, as well as a Lynch Northwest All Access Pass pry bar in green. To me, that looks like a 1.5. There's a Field Notes notebook mended with duct tape. Liberty Hank's denim rag Hank, and then there's some OnePlus earbuds on top of that. Flashlight in the photo is the Olight i13T EOS in titanium, and then he has a Boulder Supply Venture GMT watch, and then a Renegade Provisions Hank in Topo green underneath everything. Alex says, I'm looking for a good leather Field Notes cover that can hold my Field Notes denim rag Hank, preferably one that will match the leather of the proper slip or the All Access Pass wallet. Okay, so Redeemed does not have a Field Notes cover, duly noted. Hitch and Timber definitely does, and if you got this from Hitch and Timber, that proper slip, I'm sure they can make the what is it called? Oh, come on. I can't remember. He's got two different ones, at least two different Field Notes covers. Alex also says, I cycle through a lot of different gear depending on my mood, but this is the stuff I always come back to and carry all together at least a couple of times a week. The knives stay at home when I'm at work since I'm a school psychologist and can't have them at schools. I use the watch and pen daily for observation notes and other tasks. The Yojimbo 2 is a recent addition and I love it so far. The Wii Roxy 3 had been in its place and may return in the future. The All Access Pass wallet is the best way to carry a pry bar for my daily needs, and when you have kids, 2 Hanks is a must. It's hard to stick to one carry when there's so much good stuff, but this setup is near perfect for me. Well, it's a great looking carry, great knives, great gear, really good photo too, and thank you for sharing, Alex. Okay, and before we go to the next carry, I will say it's long overdue for me to do the giveaway. So in the next EDC Weekly, it's probably gonna be a couple of weeks because I have some travel coming up. I'm going to Georgia Bushcraft. So the very next one, I'm gonna say roughly 3 weeks from now, I'm gonna have a full carry to give away from the stuff that I was talking about in one of the recent videos where I'm selling all my gear. I'm saving some of that for giving away. I will do a massive giveaway of a full carry in the next EDC Weekly. So I'll choose a winner then from all the people who have submitted since the last giveaway, whenever that was. It's gonna take me some time to figure all that out, but I will choose a winner, and anybody who's been featured will get an additional entry. So with that said, please go to edcw.co and submit your carry there to be entered. I will make it good. Promise I will make good for having not done this giveaway for so long. It's been way overdue. So we're gonna make good on it, and that will be in just a few weeks. The next submission comes from Jassen Santamaria. You can find him over on Instagram at atongs_EDC. I would imagine the reason I chose this carry, just to put it out there, is that it seems like it's really good, high quality and high value gear. I think this Ace Iona, it's made it into my lists before. I think it's an underrated knife. The Ace Iona is a really, really good knife for the money. But since we said that, the very first thing in this photo in the center is the Giant Mouse Ace Iona in M390. There's also a Victorinox Farmer X behind that, a polka pin with what looks like a clip off of maybe a Fisher Space Pen, maybe, or a flashlight. I can't tell what that's off of. And then the flashlight in the back of the photo is an Olay i3T in Coyote. So we've got earth tones in the gear here. It looks great, small, compact, everything you need except for a wallet. Where's your wallet? They said, I was once featured in one of your EDC Weekly videos before. Does the gear look familiar? No, because I see a lot of gear, but I do remember your name. Definitely remember the name. He says, probably not, LOL. Anyway, thank you so much, man. Still your biggest fan from Manila. Oh, awesome. Well, thank you for submitting again. He says, hey there, Taylor, what's up? I'm actually not looking for anything this time or for this particular carry. I just want to thank you for all the great videos you make. I think you have been a great help to the whole EDC community and an icon as well. On behalf of all of the Filipino EDC community, mabuhay ka, which means long live in our native language. Well, thank you. Yeah, really good carry, just simple, only exactly what it needs to be. You're not looking for upgrades, so I'm not going to suggest anything. Thank you for sharing. You now have a second entry into the giveaway. And yes, it is an international giveaway. We'll work out the details on a knife if that's not something that I can ship to you, but you know, we'll figure it out. Before we go any further, I want to thank our sponsor for today's video, Skull Bliss. Skull Bliss makes very unique home decor that you won't find anywhere else. Authentic, high quality, hand engraved animal skulls that you can display in your home and give that space a very unique centerpiece and conversation starter. I have a patinaed buffalo skull in my studio and it's been aged and hand engraved. They call it Antique from Hell. It's really sick. It's like Skullception. You've got skulls on skulls. Really, really sick, and it really pulls the whole room together. Originally started in Bali, Skull Bliss hopes to showcase the true craftsmanship of these traditional skull carvers, and they continue to work with these Balinese artisans to hopefully share a bit of their culture with the world. One of the most important things being let nothing go to waste, and that is true. It's why they carve these skulls. They are using every part of the animal. Skull Bliss offers an array of different skulls from longhorn and cow to buffalo and ram, and they all come hand carved or in several different premium finishes such as hand engraved metallic, mosaic, or crystal, or if you want something a little more simple, you can have a non-carved skull as well. There are also different ways to display your skull, such as a wooden wall mount, a metallic stand, or a metal mount with a lamp option. To check out everything Skull Bliss has to offer and add a one-of-a-kind piece to your walls, hit the link in the description down below, and also use my coupon code BDEDC50 for $50 off your next order. And once again, I want to thank Skull Bliss for sponsoring this video. The third submission this week comes from Lea Marie Magtira. Wow, that was definitely slaughtered. You can find them, I'm guessing, on Instagram at L_Magtira. Magtira? I don't know why I try. I know exactly why I chose this carry, but I'll get to it in a minute. What you have in this photo is a Trident Hanks Topo print underneath everything. The amount of Topo Hanks is just staggering. There was one, and it was a carry commission exclusive, and now there are so many. That is not salt from me. I just think it's awesome. They're everywhere now. Anyway, we have a Lamy Tipo rollerball pin in the top of the photo, a Victorinox nail clip 580, and then we have Chapstick Moisture Lip Balm, mini V3 900 lumen keychain flashlight, and then finally a black refillable perfume bottle, 5 milliliters. So Lea says, how do I incorporate more practical and durable gears into my daily essentials? Well, you just have to slowly start upgrading things from what you have. You know, I don't think there's anything that needs to be replaced here. If it works for you, then don't worry about it. If you want nicer things, then just slowly buy the things that you can afford. I'm not sure where you're located, but just based on the name and the stuff in the carry, you might be somewhere other than the US, which means that you are probably limited by non-locking knives, most likely. I'm just making a lot of assumptions here, but yeah, that doesn't really have to limit you other than what knife you carry. So find things you'd like and upgrade them and maybe find a little pouch or satchel or something to put them in. I don't know how else to answer that question. Anyway, they also said, I use the TPO most of the time for scribbling anything, and the 580 for cutting nails, and the knife for anything that needs cutting. The scissors in that too is robust. And no, I don't make and sell my own gear. Well, the reason I chose this is because there was a piece of gear in this that I'd never seen before, and I insta-bought one. It is the flashlight here. It's just Mini V3 900. It doesn't really have a brand name. I bought it off Amazon because it looked really interesting for $16. Now, I highly doubt it's 900 lumens. Highly doubt. But it looks really good for the money, and as long as it functions even half as well as I think it would, if it turns on and doesn't like blow up immediately, I'm going to be pretty impressed. But if it looks, you know, even as bright as the Phoenix I had in the last video, I'll be really, really, really impressed with it. But it's also glow in the dark. The whole body is glow in the dark. So I don't know. It just seemed like something that I should at least pick up for 16 bucks and try out myself. And then if I like it, maybe it'll be in a future video. But that's why I chose this, because it influenced me to buy a flashlight I'd never heard of and without a brand name. So there we go. Thank you for sharing. The next submission comes from Trevor J. Rockwell, or you can find him on Instagram at tj.rockwell, tj.rockwell. I chose this one for very obvious reasons. It is very well put together. The photo is nice, but it is just extremely matchy-matchy, like very matchy-matchy. So first up in the photo, well, not in the photo, but in the list is an iPhone 11, which I imagine was used to take the photo. The first item in this photo that we have listed here is the OpenSea Leather Mini Topsider. He also has a Refine EP1 in brass, that is the pin next to the knife. He also has an Olay i3T EOS in brass. There is a Vero Engineering Fulcrum Mini, as well as a JRW Gear Tough Clip in brass. There's a Metamorphosis Brass Life Maker Nut with a 45 bead on it. Some tokens from Pete's Pirate Life. And does he not mention? Doesn't even mention what watch it is. What watch is that? Don't know. I am not familiar with that brand. I know I've seen it before, but I don't know what that is. He also doesn't list the knife, which is a Spyderco Smock with some brass aftermarket scales. Doesn't list what firearm it is, or the holster, or anything. Seeker is what is listed on the clip for the holster. But we also have AirPods Pro with a leather case and some sort of key organizer leather wrap thing. It looks like something from Tale of Knives. They have something sort of like that. But I'm interested in the brass watch, or if it's bronze. It could be bronze, but it looks brass. Everything here is so matchy-matchy. That is really nice. Anyway, Trevor says, I would love to pick up a brass Okluma DC0 and a brass tactile turn pin to upgrade the carry. Check out my Facebook group for brass and copper EDC gear. Well, I have bad news for you. Neither tactile turn or Okluma use brass. Okluma and tactile turn both use bronze, which will not match your brass carry like this, because brass tends to kind of tarnish in a different way than bronze. Bronze turns dark. Brass gets really grungy looking, more so than bronze. In my experience, bronze tends to just get dark. Brass gets kind of almost looks like stains, like the oils, you can see them in different things, especially in like smooth polished finishes. So they won't match, so to speak. Yeah, just throwing that out there. Trevor also says, yes, it's a lot, but everything gets used on the daily. Hopefully not the pew pew unless you go to the range every day. My back pockets also have a smaller pocket inside of them, which allows for 2 items in each. I wear 686 everywhere pants if you're curious. I'm going to be curious to check those out, but I have recently got, we'll say EDC pants from both Huckberry and from Vertex, and I'm very impressed with both. Very impressive pants, but I'll check these out as well. 686 everywhere pants. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing a really cool photo, actually. And I'd like to know more about that watch because you did not mention it at all. Anyway, the 5th and final submission this week comes from someone who I know has been on the channel, is very active over in the Discord. It's Xero, X-E-R-O. You can find them on Instagram at xero.style. And they also have a YouTube channel, which they mentioned down here, xero.style, without the dot. So there you go. Xero has a lot of, well, it focuses on like patches and pouches and has a lot of unique, I typically call it pocket trash. Some people call it pocket jewelry, but whatever you want to call it, he has a lot of that stuff. So first up in the photo, we have a 4T5 Designs Rio by Concept Knives in black micarta and Damascus. That's a really cool small knife. He also has a Kaiser Feist by Justin Lundquist in black micarta. There's a ZNC Metalworks black micarta bead attached to that. The flashlight that you see next to that is the Rovivon Aurora A4 Pro in titanium. There's also a plague bead, the Sacred Terror skull bead is attached to that. He also has a 52 Graves death cookie, which is the Oreo looking thing in the photo. It's just like a little fidget spinner worry stone thing. It's made of rubber, or like, I guess, yeah, it's just rubber. There's a Notorious EDC beer bomb, and then he also has the Zero Feud ZF snaps in aluminum, and underneath everything is an awesome Hank's treasure map Hank. Zero says, love your show and the Discord community. Keep up the good work, fam. Feel free to plug my YouTube channel, xero.style, if you want. I'm always on the lookout for good small knives. I love the McBee, the Kyvie, Baby Banter, and other. Give me more small knife suggestions, please. Without a doubt, one of my favorite small knives, I mean, I mentioned it in the video that I made about small knives. It's the HMC, or the Hellion Machine Collective Transient Micro. It is just one of the best small knives, period. And if you don't have one and you've never handled one, without a doubt, the Chris Reeve Mnandi, it is just such a good, small, gentlemanly knife. It's just really good. Oh, and a Runt 5. Runt 5s are great too. But that's it. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to go share your carry over at edcw.co or bestdamnedc.com/submit if that's easier for you to remember. The next video, what are we gonna make it? Let's make it used and abused. Like well-worn, well-loved carries. It's been a while since we've done that, and I've really been focusing on just getting out and doing more stuff, using my hands, building things, fixing stuff, and that's just kind of my thing right now. I'm on a kick, and I want to see your gear that's been just thrashed. Not abused, but just, you know, used, loved. The stuff that's been really, truly used. So submit that over at edcw.co. And anybody who makes it into that video will also have a second entry. And I'll do the drawing right before I record so that anybody that is featured and submits right up to the time that I record that video will have an entry into the giveaway, which I will then choose as I make the video. So once again, edcw.co. Thank you all again. Everything I talked about in this video will be linked down below. Many of those are affiliate links. That's one of the ways that you can support what I do here. You can also go to patreon.com/bestdamnedc, or you can visit my store, carrycommission.com, so that you can check out the stuff that I have curated over there. That's it. I will see you guys in the next video. And until then, carry on.